All right, so let's start with the easiest part of the problem, which is this one. Hayden, what'd you get for that one?
X minus 4, X plus 4.
Okay. Now, all the other three are AC method, okay? That's kind of long, right? I'm going to show you a shortcut, and I'm just going to show it to you today. I'll teach it to you on Monday. If you like the shortcut, you can start using this instead, all right? But we've done the AC method, I think, enough times that you've learned it, because it is part of the objectives for the course, is to teach that particular method. Here's a shortcut, and you tell me if you like it. You can keep using this if you want. So here's how to do AC method, maybe a little bit faster. It starts out the same. What multiplies to AC, which is 30, and adds to B, which is negative 13. What did y'all get? Negative 10, negative 3, right? But then what you do is you divide by the A value. Okay? You simplify it if possible. For example, negative 10 over 2 is negative 5. And now you just make factors. You say x minus 5, and x minus 3 halves, and then you take this 2 and you slide it up there. So sometimes you hear this called swing. It is a shortcut. It's still kind of lots of steps, but as you go faster, you don't have to do the grouping part. And you don't even have to do the shortcut at all. Sometimes you hear this called the swing method. Sometimes it's called slide and divide. Let me show it to you again on this one. So here's how I would do that. I would say negative 24 adds to 5. That's 8 and negative 3. I have to divide by the A value. That makes this 4. I slide the 2 up. 2x minus 3, x plus 4. Okay. And I'll show that to you again on Monday in detail if that's something you want. The thing that's good about this method is once you're used to it, it makes it go faster. The bad thing is it's hard to remember the steps. Like what was it you were supposed to do and what were you supposed to do next or whatever. And then this last one right here, x minus 4, x minus 4. And so then when you put everything back together in one big fraction, the red stuff is 2x minus 3, x plus 4. The purple stuff is 2x minus 4s. And in the bottom, we have the blue stuff on the left, which is x minus 4, x plus 4. And the green stuff is x minus 5 to x minus 3. And here's where we cancel. Here's where I go, give me one. Give me one. Give me a factor that cancels. 2x minus 3. ¿Qué más? And x minus 4. X plus 4. So that leaves me with x minus 4 on top and x minus 5 on bottom. All right. And today's lesson is not, the problems aren't so long. What we did yesterday, what we did was multiplying rational expressions. Today we're going to spend 2 different lessons on dividing. Today is just dividing by simplifying. And it's really kind of something we've already done, only this time we'll also be canceling out group factors like these are. So let me get you those notes. You can read this while I'm passing out your notes. Funny thing. You're welcome. Welcome. Okay. So here's how today's notes are going to go. Very straightforward. And it's essentially stuff we've already done, except with one new addition. So we are dividing. We're really just simplifying these fractions. This is technically division because of the division bar. It's something divided by something. But we're really just going to be doing it by simplifying. And so if you look at this first type of, by the way, what do you think is the difference between type 1 and type 2? the parentheses in type 2, right? There's like a group right there. There's no groups in type 1, but there are 3 different things going on, right? There's the numbers, there is the x's, and there's the y's. And you want to deal with each of those individually. Okay, so all still makes up the same answer, but you deal with them one at a time. So for example, if I'm going to simplify 24 over 120, I want to divide out something that they have in common. And I want you, there's lots of numbers that they have in common, but try and think of the biggest one you can think of. 12? So if I take 24 over 120 and divide both of them by 12, that gives me 2 over 10. I can simplify that one more time. What else goes? Yeah, 1/5, right? Divide both of those by 2, and we get 1 over 5 for the yellow stuff. And the blue stuff is the x squared over x to the 4, and that's like we've done before. I'm going to ask you, where are the most x's? Bottom. So x is going to stay on the bottom. What's my leftover after I cancel out? 2 get canceled, leaving me 2 left over. Where are the most y's? Most y's on top, 2 left, because you can only cancel out 1. And that's it. Now type 2 works the exact same way, only it has the grouping thing. I don't know. I know it's hard though if you think something's funny and try not to laugh about it. It makes it almost impossible not to laugh about it. So then here we have still 3 things here. We have numbers like before. We have purple. We have, the stuff in the purple like before. But that blue thing is different. It's a group. But it still works the same way as the variables. What's really going on is I have 3 A plus 1s on top. And 1 on the bottom. Right? And we're going to cancel them out. I can cancel 1. And then that leaves me how many A plus 1s on top? 2. And I would just write that like this. Right? And you don't have to write it out long every time. You can treat it just like the variables. Like I could have said, where are the most A plus 1s? The top. So A plus 1 stays on top. And how many are left over? 2, because you can cancel out. All right, the yellow stuff, the 10 over 15, how can I simplify that? Dividing by 5, 2 over 3. And then the purple stuff, where's the most B's? Bottom, how many will be left over? 6, because we can cancel out 2. And that's it. All right. I want you to do number 1 and 2 and let me look at them and make sure you're on the right track. And then you can finish and check with the key in the back.